Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the first F1 2016 Battle of the Round for the Race of Champions. This is, of course, between Mystic Joker and vFINGERS, both favourites for the tournament before coming into it. But the clash in the first round means one of them is going to be eliminated at this early juncture. We're at Spa, and it's Haas versus Mercedes. Mystic in the Haas, representing America, and the Australian vFINGERS in the Mercedes. So vFINGERS has the lead at the moment. We joined obviously after I retired as they headed up towards Eau Rouge. So we won't be able to get the full races for any of these in, unfortunately, with that start stuff. But spectating from now on until the end. And through Puon, it looks like vFINGERS is making a bit of a gap there as these guys try to beat each other in these best of three circumstances. 2 victories will put them through in these 3-lap races. You guys know that though, because you've probably been in the competition yourself. But this was the closest battle in the first round, the round of 32. It looks as if the Haas is actually falling back at this stage, but that is just the prelude before an absolute banger. The calm before the storm, if you will. As here he comes through Blanchimont, a great run. His fingers went wide into the bus stop around the outside, and yet he's through into the lead. A fantastic move by Mystic there. But Fingers is straight back on the attack into the slipstream. He'll have a chance after going through Eau Rouge up the Camel Straight, surely. Now it's very close to contact, and a really good exit for the Mercedes driver, but he surely won't go for a move through Eau Rouge. He's very close though. You might actually have to back off through this fast flowing section. Or yes, any mistake will see the other driver without the mistake going straight through, I'd imagine. And yes, as I predicted, on the straight going for the lead, he's actually got his nose in front. Will he turn in across the American driver? Very fair racing, leaving each other's space, and still side by side, and it's actually Mystic that retains the lead, although Fingers might have his... No, he wasn't quite around the outside through... I think that's Ravage, isn't it? Or is that Malmedy? I keep forgetting the corners. Anyhow, this is the corner there with no name. Flying towards Puon now. Still Fingers behind. Mystic grabbed a bit of the dirt there. So he's going to be very careful if he turns in on the dirt. Usually that might flick him into a spin, but on this occasion he was fortunate. Fingers staying much closer than Mystic did last lap through this section. So he might have a run towards the bus stop in retaliation for last lap. He goes very wide, but Mystic also had a bit of oversteer on the exit. So similarly poor exits from, what is that? Stabilo, of course. Oh, they're side by side through Blanchimont. This can only end in tears. No, you can pass through Blanchimont apparently. These two guys, of course, very skilled drivers. 2 of the quickest drivers I've been racing recently. Still side by side through the bus stop. Who's going to be starting the last lap in the lead? It's Mystic still, so if Fingers struggling to get past. Perhaps he's running a bit more wing, who knows. Just like last lap, he's setting up for an overtake up Camel Straight, so we'll see if he can do it this time, as opposed to last time where he couldn't quite get the move off through Les Combes. All over the back of the Haas. Should have a really good run this time. To the outside he goes as we look back from the Haas. Indeed, he's in front before the braking zone, so Mystic now with it all to do, and no Camel Straight to make a move on. Although last time he made a move on the run to the bus stop, so anything is still possible in this lovely, lovely battle we're seeing at Spa-Francorchamps. Just holding station for the minute, trying to stay within striking distance. He is, I think. Surely not going to try to move at Puon, although we've seen things like that happen in the past, and this format lends itself to some really good racing. Another bit of dirt there from Mystic. Not the greatest line through Puon he's been having throughout this race, but he's still in contact, and that's all that matters, with 1 sector left in this opening battle. Very sideways there. He might be falling a bit too far back. As long as he can keep it clean here though, he might stay within slipstream. Looks like he had a good run there, and Fingers getting a bit wide, so maybe this could be the last opportunity. Yes, he's well within slipstream. This could be difficult for Fingers to defend. He's gone to the outside for the bus stop. Will Mystic be able to pull this move off? This is all for the first victory. Fingers pushes him wide. But Mystic gets the apex. Who gets more traction? It's a drag race to the line. And it's a photo finish. Mystic wins it by just under a tenth. Wow, what a key victory that is for Mystic. He now has sudden death for vFINGERS on the cards as we head to Malaysia, and it's already turn 1. No chance to get my breath back for this commentary. And it's McLaren versus Force India this time. Fingers in the Force India. He currently has the lead, but Mystic's trying it around the outside. And as we head to turn 4, it's anyone's guess who's going to come out of it in front. And it looks like Mystic's gone around the outside, and he'll get more traction there as well. Fantastic move by the American driver. Great camera shot there as we come flying over the ripple strips. So now vFINGERS must win this race, and he's got his nose down the inside. Oh, that's not often you see a move made there, but he's done it. Mystic giving him some space. Real respect shown between these two drivers. Mystic, of course, a double champion in PRL, not aware of any further victories, but around the outside goes Fingers, great manoeuvre there. And vFINGERS second in Oz Racing at the moment. A bit of a slide there though. Not aware of any championships he's won, although I think he's relatively new to the game compared to some of the other guys. Nice shot here from the rear wing, although that might be adding some drag to the rear wing of vFINGERS, and he won't want that. This is a very long couple of straights now before turn 1. And Mystic has popped it down the inside. Will he get the lead? Yes, he does. vFINGERS going for an over and under though, and he'll definitely get some good traction if he doesn't get really sideways. I'm not sure if he's close enough to make a move into turn 1. vFINGERS not have an opportunity to go past there, and indeed Mystic didn't even bother to defend it. Just holding the station for the moment. Perhaps into turn 4, vFINGERS might have a better opportunity. It depends what wings these guys are running, of course, we have no idea at this stage. Waffles and Bits getting in on the action, but no. This is not about you, Waffles, this is about vFINGERS and Mystic Joker. Very close through 5 and 6. Can the Force India get past the same place he got past last time? Bit of a corner cut there, that's cheeky. Further smoke coming up as he goes across the grass. Dirt it should be actually, not smoke. Can he make another move similar at this hairpin? Not quite, but he gets... both of them get it very sideways, one avoiding the other. Not a typical move can be made there. Things starting to get desperate for vFINGERS. He needs to make a move in this last 1 1/3 laps. Otherwise he's going to be out of the competition. He's staying within DRS though, and he might actually get it on that last lap. That could be all important to decide the winner of this second race. And to the last turn once again, and there'll be a 1 lap exactly following the leader and not being able to make a move. He needs to think of a place to make the move, and quickly, because he's got 1 lap left. Meanwhile, Mystic can afford to potentially lose this one and go to a 3rd round, but he'll want to close it out 2-0, keep his heart rate in check. Looks like he's actually pulling away, so this could be a foregone conclusion. But the McLaren gets a big twitch on there, and the Mercedes engine of the Force India is pulling him closer towards that lead, that elusive lead that he needs. 2 sectors left now, and vFINGERS really running out of opportunities to get back past. Through 5 and 6, does he close the gap? Doesn't seem like it, but he's still within a chance, just close enough. Shall we see a move here into the hairpin, the uphill hairpin where he made that move on the first lap? Not quite. Both get very sideways on the traction, but he's very close now. It's going to be do or die, probably towards the last corner. We'll have to see how this works out. Flat through there, right behind Mystic. Key corner now, bit of a lock-up from the second place driver at the moment. He should be close enough. Does the wing open? Yes, we see that little slot opening up. This is all about this final straight here. You can see the closing speed, and to the outside he goes. What's going to happen here? Could it be as close as the last race? But oh, there's contact and they're both off. We'll never know who would have won that drag race, but who can get going quick enough to take that final victory? You can see they're both turning around at the same time. There's still a drag race, would you believe it? And who's in front? It was vFINGERS by 0.2. However, these guys decided that was not a fair conclusion to the race. Together with the steward at the time, that was me, decided to restart the second race. So once again, we're at 1-0 in favour of Mystic. Same cars and track, off we go once again. You can see vFINGERS in that forcing is in the lead at the moment, but around the outside goes Mystic in his McLaren. Carbon copy of the first time we tried Malaysia, and around the outside once again. Does he get better traction? It seems like he does. Will they be side by side through 5 and 6? No. Line astern though. vFINGERS very close to the back of the McLaren. No move on here. We'll see if he makes a different manoeuvre than he had last time. Defensive driving now from Mystic. Can Vigo on the outside? He's certainly braked very late. If he gets on the power at the right time, yes, he's made the move. What a fantastic overtaking manoeuvre that was. So now Mystic behind. He becomes the hunter. What can he do about the four-cylinder in front? Surely not going to make a move here. If he does, I'll be very impressed. And he's done it. Good grief, around the outside. So he wasn't being patient at all. A clean manoeuvre though around the outside. Now presented with vFINGERS the task of getting back past once again, but this time he's much closer. And in the slipstream he goes to the outside. Hopefully it won't end in tears like it did on the last lap of the previous run. Looks like V's going for the over and under. But we'll see as they cross the line. Yes, Mystic going for the defensive line to the inside. Fingers going around the outside. Can he make the move? We won't see for a couple of seconds until they get to the apex of turn 2. It looks like Mystic's got some really good traction there, and he should pull in front before turn 4, and indeed he does. Massively exciting stuff between these two. Very similar pace, and down the inside goes vFINGERS. He won't have much traction on the exit there. Mystic still, and very wisely, maintaining that outside line for that traction. That's the champion's manoeuvre there. What can vFINGERS do about him? He's certainly got the pace to stay with. It's just about getting in front. Mystic's racecraft is absolutely on point. There's a little bit of a lock-up, but he's so close. Ooh, Over's through on the exit as well. This is a nice shot from the side pod of the Force India. Both guys perfectly apex that corner. It's a very difficult corner when you think about it. Flat through there. Now for one of the corners that most people find very difficult, and that's the reason why. You have a slight lock-up, you can go wide. He's done a Perez, and that might be all it takes to be eliminated from the tournament. Is he within DRS? We'll have to find out next lap. That could be key, that mistake there from vFINGERS. Hopefully for the audience's sake he can catch up and have another go, but I think Mystic is wise enough and has the pace to keep that sort of a gap for one lap. We'll have to see though. Anything can happen in this format. We'll go back to Fingers to have a look at how he's doing. On board now. A little bit sideways there. You can see he's revving it quite hard, but that could be just the spectate mode bugging out on me. I'm not sure if that's how he really drives. Anyhow, into turn 4, bit of a lock-up. Once again, that could be spectate mode again. Let's see if he's flat through turn 5. Bit of a lift there, that's to be expected. Not many guys go flat through there, depends on the setup of course as well. In this sort of format you might like to run a bit less wing so you can get past on the straights, especially if there's no DRS available for most of the race in fact. But unfortunately that gap is not coming down, and it's above 1 second as you can see up in the top left. So that DRS may not be available to vFINGERS as we approach the last straight of the lap. And it looks like he might be bowing out of the tournament. Obviously you can see he is by the length of our video here. But it was a good thing to watch. And massive congratulations to Mystic Joker, who's put on an absolute masterclass in this opening round. Commiserations to vFINGERS, but at least he gets the honour of being eliminated by Mystic and in the battle of the opening round. There'll be 4 more of these videos coming out, as well as highlights for the entire round. So thank you guys for watching, as Mystic crosses the line to take victory and progress. I've been Jacko, see you next time.